What's up guys, it's Crash, and I kind of want to do an off-the-cuff video about the state of FPS gaming right now, especially in the AAA space, with Call of Duty kind of at the top of the COD cycle, right? With Modern Warfare 3 getting ready to come out, the beta starting for PlayStation. I am going to get my hands on it next week when it opens up for PC players. But we're at the top of that Call of Duty cycle, and I start to realize just how big of a monopoly that franchise has over everything. And I want to talk a little bit about it because there's a lot of hype with it right now. You guys know how the cycle works out, right? Like this time of year, a lot of people get really excited for the next Call of Duty game. You hear all the time, it's COD season, it's Call of Duty, we're saved, we're back, the new game. And this one is being actually monetized on getting rid of crappy mechanics that Infinity Ward put into Modern Warfare 2. So at Call of Duty, I just want to talk about how they become an absolute master of marketing nostalgia and taking away experiences and bringing them back. You can see that 100% with like Rebirth Island. I really enjoyed that, playing Resurgence on that. That's coming back next year. They took that away. You couldn't play it for a long time. It's going to be a year or so where you haven't been able to play it. They're going to put it back in. Again, they're kind of took away Verdansk and all that stuff that people really like. A lot of games don't do that, and they leave things open where you can go back and play them, not Call of Duty, because they want to charge you for them again. And then that is the biggest elephant in the room that I have been struggling with, and I want to know where you guys are at on this too, is the entire slate of multiplayer maps are just remastered maps from Modern Warfare 2. And it really feels like those leaks were kind of true, where they were saying that Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 was going to get another year of support by bringing in all the original Modern Warfare 2 maps remastered and bringing those back in, but they kind of slapped the Modern Warfare 3 title on that. That gets them another $70 to $100 from us, and then we go on to play it. And it's just like, well, I think I'd rather play something else. Well, we're kind of waiting on X Defiant, and I want to talk about X Defiant is I think we're going to have an actual alternative to play to Call of Duty, but I just don't think there's any way that that game is going to be able to compete with the amount of content that Call of Duty puts out, as well as just the absolute juggernaut that is the Call of Duty marketing machine. And with this beta going on right now, a lot of positive things are coming from it. But if you kind of break it down from what it actually is, the positive things are the things that Infinity Ward took out of the last one, the faster movement that's coming back. And this is, I'm generally speaking to the overall general consensus of the community, not saying that I agree with a lot of these things, but they're basically marketing the game on finally bringing back what the players wanted over the entire cycle of Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2. It's even hard to talk about these games because they all have the same name to them, and it's kind of the same thing every single year. And with all the maps being ones that are already remastered, they had 3 years to work on this, and they worked on that. It's kind of incredible to me. And from a personal standpoint, in my own sphere, I never really played Modern Warfare Alphanumeric 2. I never really played that. So I'm gonna have 16 maps that are allegedly pretty good, and they're gonna be fairly new to me. So in the microcosm of Crash, like right around me in my bubble, I could be excited about this because I haven't seen these maps. But it just feels a little bit weird that all these maps, there's going to be no essentially new made unique content coming to this game in the form of multiplayer maps. Kind of go around and look at what else is going on in this space. You have Halo, which is essentially doing nothing. Like nothing's going on with Halo. Battlefield 2042 Season 6 is getting ready to launch, and next week we're going to see gameplay of that really soon. Finally, a close quarters infantry map. But as Ghost Gaming said over on Twitter, it appears based on the Battle Pass that one map and those 3 weapons, one map, 3 weapons, is supposed to last the community over 4 months based on when the Battle Pass runs out. That's an incredibly tiny amount of content. If you look at Call of Duty, there are updates constantly. There's a season, and then there's a season reloaded in the middle, dropping maps every time. We have 3 new maps coming next season, 3 new maps the season after that. They're constantly updating things. They're constantly adding things. They're changing modes, rotating modes. And it's just, it's actually an incredibly active live service. I would argue it's not as good as it used to be because we're kind of switched over to that skin economy where it's more about skins and bundles and things like that than it is actual playable content. But the playable content is free, and you do get, we're to a point where Call of Duty's live free service, the stuff you get for free, is more than you get in any paid DLC service anywhere. I can't think of anything left. Really the only multiplayer games that are really doing well are the bomb type modes, Rainbow Six Siege, which I still enjoy. That's kind of why I found my place where I enjoy Call of Duty. When I do play Search and Destroy, that one life mode, the tactics, the communication, the back and forth with the round-based stuff, I really have found myself to enjoy in Call of Duty. Getting away from the Battle Royale and the extraction stuff, which is a whole nother can of worms. But the rest of the FPS space is just so far behind Call of Duty that I don't know if things are ever going to change, because you have the excitement that is around Call of Duty. Oh, excuse me, I got off on a tangent. The other games that are doing well like that are CSGO and Valorant. The same bomb type game modes are doing well. They have a large following still, and a lot of people do watch them, which is why I've kind of found my place in S&D. But anyway, if you look at the rest of the space, sorry, I'm not scripted or anything. I'm just going off the cuff here talking about stuff that's on my mind. If you look at the rest of the FPS space, they are so far behind in terms of content, in terms of marketing, in terms of everything. I just don't know if I see that changing with XDefiant going to give us, XDefiant is allegedly going to give us, whenever it does decide to release, it is going to give us a little bit of a alternative, right? You finally, if you don't want to play Call of Duty, you're going to get bored at a lot of places, but XDefiant should give us a little bit of that kind of alternative to play, somewhere else to go. There is no way, there's not a scenario, there's not a universe where XDefiant competes monetarily or market share wise with Call of Duty. But hopefully there is a little bit of hope there with giving players an alternative, because right now, if you're tired of Call of Duty, and the things that make me tired of Call of Duty are excuse me, the skin economy, the recycled nostalgia, and if you look at the game in and of itself and how it plays, the netcode is atrocious. There are cheaters running rampant all over the place with, you know, where you have the biggest game out there, that's probably where the most cheats are going to be made. And I've heard that some of the cheat websites actually have like free weekends where you can try out the cheats and things like that. So you have that going on with Call of Duty, how crossplay works, how it's balanced. That gets people a little upset with the aim assist versus mouse debate. All that stuff, if you don't like it up until now, you really didn't have a place to go. Hopefully XDefiant gives us that other place to go, because you can talk about Crash, I'm enjoying this game right now. I'm enjoying this game right now. You know, you have people that like, a lot of people are playing Hunt Showdown. You have some of the more indie games that people are playing, the Insurgency Sandstorms. I still play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, all that stuff. But it's like, if you break it down, those games don't stick because there's just not that much content, and there's always just the massive umbrella of Call of Duty. So if I'm looking at the beta, I see something that is marketed on putting things back to the way players wanted it almost the entire last game's life cycle. I see 16 maps that are remastered from old ones. I see really nothing new in the game, nothing original, nothing game changing, nothing added, and you still have the same core issues with horrendous netcode, audio issues, and cheaters, and they're gonna kill it. It's gonna be by far the biggest selling FPS game, if not the most sold game of the year. It happens every single year. And I just think that Call of Duty has it on lockdown. I still find enjoyment with it, playing 6v6 with Search and Destroy. Maybe the changes from Modern Warfare 3 getting integrated into Warzone will make me to where I can enjoy Warzone again. They're doing stuff with DMZ is essentially dead in the water, it sounds like, and switching that over to a zombies mode that people aren't excited about, but there's really no alternative. So anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest and talk about kind of where FPS gaming is right now. It's like you have Call of Duty, and then way down here, you kind of have everybody else. And it's such a helpless feeling, because Call of Duty could actually be good if they went back to doing DLC content that's actually playable instead of skins. They did some netcode fixing, and they actually had to, right? There was some competition where they had to make the game better, but they don't really have to. They're in such a huge monopoly over the entire industry that they can take away stuff, they can take away content to where you can't play it. They can add it back in with nostalgia and charge you for it, and it's just they just have it under control, like everything. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think down in the comments below. I hope I can get to uploading some more videos. I've been incredibly busy, and I miss talking to you guys, and I appreciate each and every single one of you that watch these. You guys have no idea. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you on the next one sooner rather than later.